feel good. This is on Channel 4. It's a semi-autobiographical piece from Canadian stand-up comic Mae Martin. She plays a version of herself. She is in this a stand-up comic. She meets Charlotte Ritchie's George, and they fall in love despite George not having relationships with girls before. May is a struggling drug addict. This is only
she's not struggling to be a drug addict.
Yeah, she's recovering.
Yeah,
she's a recovering drug addict. She's going to meetings where she meets the brilliant Sophie Thompson, and who takes her under her wing. And this is all there on All 4 for you to watch. And if you're not listening to this, if you are listening to this outside the UK, everywhere else it's available on Netflix. I've seen 4 of the 6 of these, and I had no anticipation of enjoying it because Channel 4 have done a lot of what I call hipcoms of late, where they put a star in position and then they make it issue based, and then they sort of let them go. So Roisin Gonergy does Game Face. Aisling Bea did This Way Up, and none of those really appealed. Bisexual with Maxine Peake, none of those really appealed or spoke to me, and for a large degree this doesn't speak to me either, but I have found it an easy watch, and I do think Charlotte Ritchie and Mae Martin have just this irresistible on-screen chemistry that whenever they're together, I just think they're
funny.
Really... It is funny, Matt. Thank you. It is funny. I asked Matt to watch up to episode 3 because by the time I put this out, episode 3 I think will have aired. So that's why I wanted to.
I thought there was going to be, because normally when you ask me to watch a certain amount of episodes,
there's a big twist or something, or a big moment. Episode 4 is actually my favourite episode, where Lisa Kudrow is in Blackpool on the ghost train. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. But
who plays her mum?
Adrian Lurkis is her dad as well, and they're there on Skype conversations, and she has a strained relationship with her parents, and it's very good, Matt. I'm surprised how much I enjoyed this. What did you think?
I had no idea about who Mae Martin was until I was in her presence last year at Edinburgh. She chaired a panel about...
Oh, I didn't know this.
I told you this.
Yeah, but I didn't know this because I didn't make the connection of who she was till I'd seen this.
Yeah, she chaired a panel on like TV for Good. So it was the one where the producer of Queer Eye was there. The guy who developed the Old People's Home for 4-year-olds was there. So things like that. Someone who worked on like the nature documentaries, the sort of the Save the Planet nature documentary. So she was the chair of that, and she's just a likable presence, isn't she? And I think that helps. You know, this is her playing a version. I don't know how much sort of the sort of the drug addict story is that part of it. I'm not sure, but. Yeah, I mean, everyone in this is it feels very real. Yeah. I mean, the two sort of stories are her being this recovering drug addict and George not wanting to reveal that she's in a homosexual relationship. But that's the end of episode 3, isn't it? People starting to find out. I think that
falls through a glass table.
I think as well, and I think. The sort of supporting players in this as well, as you say, like Lisa Kudrow as a mum, and Sophie Thompson, who is really, really strong as
she's amazing. This might be the best she's ever been.
Narcotics Anonymous sponsor, who has a strained relationship with her daughter, who in turn may sort of make May stray. That was a hard sentence.
Well done, though.
It's just these characters feel very real. I think my 2 criticisms would be George's friends feel like
they're in a different show a little bit.
Yeah, Ophelia Lovibond from W1A is sort of her best friend, and they're sort of they're sort of Charlies and Tarquins and that sort of very upper class posh. I thought Pippa Haywood was very good as her mom in the second episode. I don't know if she pops up again. The other thing was every time Mace or someone snorting cocaine, this music would play to indicate, oh, I'm slightly tempted, I used to be a drug addict. But apart from that, and I think it's sort of unabashed look at sort of sexuality and things like that. You know, he doesn't shy away from it. I kept wondering what would Gary think of this, but then again, I think he's got a crush on Charlotte Ritchie, so he might be okay with this.
Yeah, I think Charlotte Ritchie, this is the best I've seen her. I did. Fair enough, I didn't see her in Call the Midwife, and apparently she's very good in that. But
been in her presence as well.
See, you might have been the impetus to get this started. I don't know, but I just think I just really warmed to her immediately, and they just have this connection on screen that is just, there's not a second in that where I don't believe them as a couple. I really like them as a couple. I really feel for them as a unit. I think it's really, really good, and I urge anyone who has not heard of it perhaps been put off by the fact that they think it's going to be dreary. It does have its darker moments, but they're very infrequent, and I really, really liked it more than I expected to, and perhaps that's why I like it so much, is because I thought I wasn't going to, for whatever reason, or that it wasn't for me. But yeah, I think it's really good. Wednesday nights at 10 on Channel 4 is Feel Good, and it was called May and George for a long time. I don't know where Feel Good came from. I suppose that's what she's striving to achieve. I
think it's an ironical title, isn't it?
Or that's what she's striving to achieve, because she can never really relax. Yeah. And I love the scene where where Charlotte Ritchie's character falls through the glass table, and they're all being sick and they can't cope with it, and then she ends up coming out to her friends because she's high on morphine.
I like the early in that episode where she sort of literally hides her in a closet in her classroom.
Yes. And there's a sort of a musical montage where she's sort of messing about trying to find things to do.
Actually, the scene that really made me laugh in that episode was where Charlotte Ritchie tries to role play as a police officer.
This cost me £300, this uniform.
No, it's like, you're being arrested for war crimes. Watching people, it's quite funny, and Lisa Kudrow in her sort of minor role.
I think she's really good as well, because you can't switch off from the fact there's Lisa Kudrow.
What was her like? Turn the lights on. I feel like I'm
a
sex criminal.
A sex criminal, yeah. Will you watch the rest of this?
I watched all this morning. So
okay. Oh wow. Okay. So
you asked me to watch it last night.
I forgot that it was last night. I asked you. So there's 3 more to go. Or as I say, all on Netflix across the world, or all on all 4. If like Matt and I, you just want to get to the end quicker. Really, really pleased with Butter Like That. It's on Wednesday nights at 10.